What's up there, party people? I did not post yesterday. I was supposed to be posting day 5, but I gotta tell you, I just did not feel well yesterday at all. It was, it was a Monday, but I don't know, between the gym and I just went down to work early and I planned on shooting the video a little bit later on. I did not feel well at all. I was falling asleep pretty much at work. So I decided gotta take it easy on yourself. Gotta allow yourself to actually, get some rest when you actually need it. So even today, I'm not feeling fantastic. I slept all right, but that's not doing all right. So I decided hey, I need to get outside here a little bit and just move around. So I'm actually using the DJI Mic Mini today just because I've never tested it out that much. So let's find out how it is. What's funny is it's so humid out here right now. Temperature's not as bad as it was like last week, but my tripod stand that I use to hold here is made of metal. And just walking outside, it's actually it's almost like fogging up in a sense because it's just so sticky out here. But it is a beautiful day. My car is in the shop, just getting oil change. Got to replace spark plugs. It's getting up there in mileage, so got to do a few things. So I figured we'll drop that off. I do have the motorcycle, so I can go take that a little bit later if I wanted to. But I also wanted to make sure I get back on this challenge because I've got today off, I got tomorrow off, so I need to start working on these, and I want to do some more DaVinci Resolve training. So, what I wanted to talk about today is some of the influencers, some of the creators out there that really kind of influenced me when I first started getting involved in all this. There are loads. There are tons that I follow now. There's a lot of people that aren't even in the photography or creator realm that I really like, but I want to talk about, who some of the original, 3 were that really got me into this and really inspiring kind of stuff I want to do. Now, all right, one of the first guys that I don't think needs any introduction would be Peter McKinnon. And I probably screwed myself by him being maybe the first one that I really found getting involved with cam work. And there's just the kind of storytelling he does and how he can make just everyday things seem so cinematic. That dude can make pouring coffee just hit you right in the feels. So just amazing. But it's not just that, it's his energy, it's the way he talks, is what's up? He's just got this kind of energy and personality, and you kind of realize it's not all just about the technical stuff. It really does come down to a lot of, the storytelling and the emotion that you go with that. So Peter McKinnon is awesome. I actually was hoping to see him at the Build conference. He was one of the speakers that was actually going to be there when I was up there in New York. Unfortunately, and I hope everything's all right, but all B&H said to everybody was that he had a family emergency, so I had to cancel. So hopefully everything's all right with Peter. Hope it's nothing serious. I don't really get on and follow any Twitter accounts or anything like that because I dropped that a long time ago. So I have no idea what happened with them. I'm sure it's something minor. So Peter McKinnon, awesome. Next up, we got Josh Yo from Make Art Now. Yo, Josh Yo. I actually did have the pleasure of meeting him at the Build conference. He was the last speaker at the last seminar that I went to there and everything. Just really all around cool guy. He's like some kind of cinematic wizard that was born in a lab. I tell you, he's very, very quirky, very weird. He really pushes boundaries with things. He was doing kooky AI stuff before AI was even really a thing. So he's just got a really interesting mind on the way he does some stuff. Plus I love some of his color grading things that he's done, and he brings in a lot of sci-fi techno-ish stuff. Just really love watching what he does. if you haven't seen, like, you definitely should check out some of his stuff. He showed us at the Build Conference a bunch of higher end, like, real estate things he's doing out in LA and things like that. And these are just ridiculous houses, but also the production that he's doing on these things is just phenomenal. So Josh Yeo is just amazing. You can tell who he is because he's the guy that's always got on the denim shirt. I think he owns like 50 of them or something. Really, really amazing work. If you don't follow him, you should follow him because it's just really, really ingenious storytelling and very, very creative stuff. So really love Josh Yeo. I'm so happy to have gotten to meet him. Fantastic person, and again, you know, where you get to see personal insights to his life and a lot of emotion that goes with that. I got to see some of his emotion when he was on stage. Just really, really great. So, yo, Josh Yeo. Whew, what a beautiful day outside. Hopefully the water here isn't going to mess this up too much. This is the end of my neighborhood. Live on a peninsula down here. So number 3, Andy 2. That's T-O. If you haven't heard about him, it might not be as big as maybe some of those other guys are, but he's really, really fantastic. I love some of the grittiness of his work. He has a course on, I think it's like mobile filmmaking. This is really good. And he teaches a lot of stuff on how to do like transition stuff and quick edits. It really just goes to show you, like, it's not about the gear that you have, because he's shooting a lot of this stuff with like iPhones and all that. Now, granted, he shoots some really high-end stuff with much nicer cameras and everything, but he does some really, really cool visual storytelling with what he does, and I'd love to try to emulate and do some of the things that he does. It's really, really good. But it's also really interesting to hear kind of his backstory, where he kind of came from a rough neighborhood, rough upbringing and everything, and turned himself into something. So it's really inspiring to see that, he kind of found himself through, doing creative work. If you haven't watched his stuff, like, absolutely go check it out. Some of his videos are just phenomenal. He does some really interesting things with music as well, where he does some remixes. I'm not even quite sure how he's allowed to use some of those mixes because of the samples. But they're really, really fantastic. So, those are just 3 of the creators that really stick out in my mind as just influential for me. There are a ton of other creators that I follow. Some of them are in the, travel realm. Some of them are in the self-development realm. One of them actually is, kind of solo travel with self-development. Men and women, both that I follow here. So there's so many really great creators out there, and I've probably gotten stuck in the watching too much and getting in my head and not doing my own thing. So you want to try not to consume and actually put things out. But it's also good to get some incentive from other people, to get inspired from other people, to see some of the work that they do. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't even think there's anything wrong with emulating it to a point, as long as you're not, stealing it a little bit. But I think everybody draws from other people somehow. We're all have a starting point with that. So so those are my 3. This is day 5 of my vlogging, and I'm going to move on to day 6 soon. But I got some DaVinci Resolve editing to do. Peace.